Hey, and welcome to Flippity Flip Flop Doo. Ba ba pow. Doo. Zip-a-doo.
Yeah.
Whatever the name of the show is. What's up, people? I'm Richie.
I'm Jim.
I'm Carl.
Jason.
And Ray.
And we're all on Film Flashback Face-Offs. Of the film we're doing is Nighthawks. Sylvester Stallone, Billy Dee Williams, and Lindsay Wagner, who Richie personally interviewed.
That is true.
That's right.
Rutger Hauer.
And of course, Rutger Hauer. This was the first film I've ever seen with Rutger Hauer in it. He was, because in the credit, he got almost like an introducing credit. He got an and Rutger Hauer as Wolfgar. They usually save that for someone like, it's probably his introduction to American films.
It also has Michael Corleone's right-hand man.
It has Michael Corleone's right-hand man?
Their captain. He's all over Godfather 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The guy with the scars.
Oh,
on his face.
yeah. But everyone remembers him from Rocky.
Yeah.
He was the loan shark that Rod worked for.
Oh, yeah.
And wait, who was he in Godfather 2?
Yeah, who was he in Godfather 2?
He wasn't in Godfather 2. No.
He was one of
No.
Corleone's muscles.
No, he was not. Oh, wait.
Was he? Hold on.
Yeah.
Was he?
He had a hat on.
Was he
Hold on.
Cheech? He was.
Hold on. Joe Spinelli?
Sounds like he
Tony
belongs in
Two
Godfather.
Shoes with the shirt and the hat and get in the back of the line.
Yes, he was in The Godfather Part 2.
That's right. Yeah, the family had a lot of buffers.
So Carl is indeed correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was there always a buffer between you and? Oh yeah, the family had a lot of buffers.
Right. Yeah. In the court scene.
Well, Nighthawks was a cop movie where Sylvester Stallone and Billy Dee Williams played decoy. They were in like the decoy division of the New York City police force. And they get reassigned to an anti-terrorist task force because the famed terrorist Wolfgar is known to be in the country and in New York planning a attack of some sort.
Yeah.
And anyone want to throw in any more about the movie before we go on?
No, you
Okay.
handled it.
That's like a quick overview of the movie, and then we'll get into the details.
The deeds.
All right, I'm going to randomly choose Raymond. Go first.
All right.
Just flipping my cursor all around.
So I was
Closer to
looking. So when I saw the picture of this movie, I'm like, wow, Stallone with a beard, very cool, very very old feeling. Like I was like, he looks like my dad a little bit. And then I saw it was 100 minutes, and I was like, okay, good. At least if it's a terrible movie, it's a short movie. I gotta say, I actually love this movie. This was a lot of fun. Like I dug this movie. The beginning was a lot of fun, where you see the nurse walking down the street, and it's the old switcheroo. It's Stallone and his decoy, and he beats the hell out of a guy doing karate. And then, like, I thought it was really funny. He just drags him away, reading his Miranda rights.
Yeah.
Doesn't even tell him. He just beats the hell out of him and then just drives him away. When it finally cuts to Rutger Hauer in London, you just see how really evil he is. Like, he is flirting with this beautiful girl, puts a bomb underneath her and blows her up in this whole, shopping center up. I thought he was an interesting bad guy because his whole point was just to be famous and live a playboy life, like hang out with hot chicks. And then I thought that was actually kind of clever too, that he looks for women and uses them as a safe house, especially like stewardesses, like the one that ended up finding his unlocked gun arsenal, which was
His hand
super
grenade
huge.
arsenal.
Yeah, hand grenades is all unlocked in her closet. Oh, what's this gigantic, huge suitcase that looks
how did he get all those weapons?
Yeah, how did he get all those weapons over there? And then he just stashes them in her house. That was fun. But I thought he was a cool.
Because he's kind of persona non grata.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's not like he has a lot of support.
Yeah, he's just all on his own. He's doing his own thing. He wants to be somewhat famous. I thought Billy Dee Williams was awesome. He was pretty badass with that shotgun and shaking down some bad guys. And then when he finally gets cut across the face, like I thought that was a brutal scene towards the end of the movie where they're chasing him down in the subway, cuts his face, and you just hear Stallone yell, "You're fucking dead! You're fucking dead!" I'm like, that's awesome. That's Stallone. Hell yeah. A couple other things I thought were interesting. Oh, it's his shoes, right? Stallone loved platform shoes back then. Like he always had those platform shoes on. I thought that was kind of funny. One thing I thought was funny too was the Rutger Hauer's having a party in one scene, and he just unloads an automatic machine gun in the hallway and kills like 3 people, and nobody comes out screaming until a woman comes out and just sees the aftermath and then starts screaming, and people are like, "Oh, there's something out here. Let's go check this out." His plastic surgery scene I thought was interesting too. It looks like they just shaved his beard. Like great plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's like
That was great.
I
Just
think
shave
they
his
made
beard. His nose maybe a little bit.
Yeah, they made his nose a
Smaller.
little wider, and his cheeks were chubbier because they probably just
Something.
put
I mean,
fake,
this is the beard.
fake cheeks, and then
Slimmed
the
his
beard on
face
it.
up.
Fake cheese.
Yeah, they slimmed his face out.
Yeah.
I also
What I have to use.
I want to be beautiful. I want to be beautiful is what he said.
If you get that fucking movie reference, good
Oh
for you.
man, that was a pull.
What was that movie?
the '86 Batman.
Oh yeah.
Look at the tools.
Look at the tools I have to use.
That's right.
Surgery.
See, Jim?
this-
Good for you, buddy.
I thought the cinematography was really good in this movie. I like the dark, grimy, old New York, and like when it was just dirty New York, felt very like scary.
That's
And,
what
like,
San
a lot of
Francisco
grimy
is now.
scenes. That's
true.
hilarious. I like the fact that Stallone was just an old school kind of cop like he's just sketching his face over and over and editing and looking at his eyes, and he could just tell it's him across the room at that club. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch, but I did like it because he's been studying his face. The eyes you can't change with plastic surgery, so he's just like looking at the dude's eyes in that sketch. I thought that was awesome. Some tense moments I thought were good too, like in the car where he has the car hijacked and he just murks that one guy's wife, and then you see Stallone sitting there in this chopper just staring him down, and he just gets up into the crane, just no fear, takes the baby down, saves the day. And then obviously the fucking end of the movie was legit. Like how awesome was that? You're thinking it's the girlfriend, and lo and behold, the decoy comes again, the old Stallone switcheroo. I was thinking to myself, I was like, why are they focusing on the back of her, like doing dishes so much and preparing dinner or whatever she's doing? And then it's like right before the reveal, I'm like, oh, it's fucking Stallone.
Yeah.
Here we go. He turns around and he does that wide power stance, like with his legs apart and 2 hands on the hand cannon, just gosh, and just blows the guy away. And then he goes outside and sits on the stoop with him. I thought that was a great ending. I thought the whole movie was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, before Jay goes, I want to watch this fucking movie with Ray because I didn't see it like Ray saw it.
just
And I'm a big Stallone fan. I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. I thought like it was a cool take on the
He's speaking
the
truth.
motivations.
He's speaking truth.
I thought the motivations were cool about the bad guy. Stallone didn't really want to do this, and then he gets kind of roped in. The decoy thing I thought was a little cheesy, but they didn't overdo it. They just did it the 2 times at the beginning and at the end. And I think, it makes sense. Back then, they probably had people dress up like that, and it was like a decoy thing. Now it's all internet. It seems silly now because nobody's dressing in drag to hunt down criminals on the streets anymore. Like it's, but back in 81 or whatever, it seems more plausible. Like they would have a whole department.
They just leave the dressing and drag to Tyler Perry.
True.
Put out a bunch of shit movies.
I thought one part was actually I just remembered was that the gallows.
Richie with the out of nowhere slam on Tyler Perry.
Whatever.
I thought the huge walkie-talkies were hilarious though when they're in that ballroom.
Oh yeah,
like,
they
so
are
noticeable.
huge.
They're just massive. Like, all right, We're gonna
Yeah.
keep an eye out. And there's like 10 of them. It's like, okay, well, obviously they know that it's a sting. Like if he can is an international terrorist wanted by Interpol in multiple countries, he's not gonna see these guys as huge freaking walkie-talkies.
Yeah,
And those were the
and it
small
was the
ones.
computer. It was the Interpol
Right.
computer banks that told them he was going to be in New
Going
York.
over there. Yeah, I liked how they did London and Paris. I don't know that they filmed those on location. It was kind of cool seeing different parts of Europe.
Yeah, especially after Rocky, they were Sylvester Stallone was not hurting for budget for his movies.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun old school cop movie.
He's a renegade cop. Plays by his own rules.
He dresses up however he wants.
All right.
Didn't Kurt Russell do that in a cop movie? Dress as a woman?
They all did back then. That was
Yeah, that was like not Turner and Hooch. What the hell was that movie?
Too long food. Too long food.
No, the one with Kurt Russell and Sylvester, was it Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone?
Tango and Cash.
Tango and
Yeah.
Cash. That's
yeah. That was it.
Tango and Cash.
yeah.
Oof.
All right, Jazzy.
Well, I mean, this movie wasn't bad, but I didn't think it was great.
Like it wasn't. I don't know what Ray was watching.
I'm kind of neutral on it. Hey, I'm a huge Stallone guy. I don't know if it was just me, but you can tell this was like one of the original buddy cop films. I felt like Stallone and Billy Dee didn't have much chemistry together. That's just me. I just kind of felt like at the beginning of the movie, I thought that Billy Dee was like the loose cannon and like Stallone was the one leveling him out. But then throughout the movie, Stallone's kind of a loose cannon. And then I'm just like, okay, so they're both just crazy loose cannons, apparently. I just didn't think they had good chemistry there. Loved the actors, but I just thought their chemistry was not as good as it could have been. I love the grittiness of the movie. I thought like what Ray said with the sketching, I thought that was super. I thought that was kind of a reach. He just kept, what if I erase this? And it was like, that's him. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. Like,
Okay,
I get it.
You're stepping on one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Is that?
I'm sorry. I'm not saying it was bad. It was just it was a stretch. I mean, it was a stretch.
Well, this whole movie was a stretch.
Yeah, but
Fucking A right, it was.
but in one of the scenes too, when they recruit Stallone and Billy Dee, I thought it was so funny because they're doing like a bust, and then like this cop just shows up under a bridge. The guys were like, "What the fuck you doing, you motherfucker?" And they're just like talking shit, and I'm like, I don't think a cop would really just like show up to a scene of like a potential bust and say, "Hey,
Sure, they would.
What so and so wants to see you now." And they're like, "Oh, you ruined her bus," and they're getting away. And I was like, I don't think that shit would happen. That's just me.
Driving in Central Park, like they drove into the park.
Oh yeah, they like drove into the park, and they're like, yeah. I thought that was
You can drive through Central Park.
Yeah, but I thought the action was great.
Around most of it.
Well, I'm sure you could.
Unless you're John McClane, you drive right through it.
True story. I thought the action was good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would say I did like the concept of the villain. He kind of reminded me of like a Hans Gruber type, but maybe this guy was a little bit of inspiration for Die Hard.
Yeah.
Or Face Off.
Yeah. And yeah, true. I thought it was hilarious when the lieutenant or whoever was running that special task force, he's going over Stallone's rap sheet and he's like, "You have 38 confirmed kills Vietnam." I'm like, so this is Rambo? He recruited Rambo to the police department?
That's what I thought too.
So that was
war.
Yeah, that was war. I was like, all right. But I mean, movie was cheesy, action was great, and the sound effects in 80s films with like explosions or people going through windows, they're all the same for every single movie. It's crazy to me. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought that Billy Dee and Stallone could have had better chemistry together. If they should have had their characters kind of be more, one be like, the loose cannon, the other one be more like keeping the other guy together type deal. But other than that, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I would watch it again. And I do not like Stallone with a beard and a long hair.
He looks weird. He does
I'm not a
look
fan of
weird.
that.
No,
It's just weird.
it's
to
very
me.
off-putting.
Yeah.
He has like that mullet haircut almost. and
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
I mean,
I'll
they
have to
were
find you a picture of my dad. He looks just like him.
they were
Crazy.
they were no Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. So
yes.
No, they were not.
I agree.
That's a movie probably nobody else has seen here.
I haven't in a long time. Running
Is it-
Scared.
running scared. Yeah.
Yeah, Running
Oh,
Scared.
I have seen that movie, but it's been forever.
Ray, you ever see Running Scared?
No,
Buddy cop movie.
Well,
I don't think I have.
I have a small issue with something Jesse J said about calling Sylvester Stallone a
Chump.
like a road cop or cop that plays by role. In this, he was pretty by the book for the most part, including when he's in that anti-terrorist training, acting like a cop, not like, not still trying to hold on to that police training.
Right, but
when did he ever defy? He never defied an order. He never,
Yeah, I know what he's talking about though.
and
he just,
I like
he
the
was
fact-
always pissy and what? We got to be out catching him, not in a room.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's not being a rogue cop. It's
Well,
not
maybe
like he
I
went
shoulda-
off and hunted the guy down on his own.
Well,
Pretty much he did.
lure him into an apartment
but
and
they
kill
were
him at
trying
the
to
end instead
find
of
out.
arresting him. Like, that's pretty rogue.
Yeah,
Yeah, true
And
story.
he just executes him. Like, instead of like setting up another sting where they could have just captured him,
Yeah.
they're in the house
he
and use him
didn't
as a decoy.
Yeah, he didn't call in after he killed him too. He just like sat outside. Was like, "Yeah, I got
And
it.
he
I'm
had a
gonna sit here for a while."
Like, that's all he had was a knife, and he turns around with this like 44 Magnum hand cannon and sends him flying across the house.
Yeah, and I liked the fact that he wasn't like there were no snappy comebacks or comments. Like you
Well-
said, he killed him. He didn't go overboard with emotion doing it. It was very cool and cold.
Calculated.
Yeah, just goes and sits next to him.
And then after he kills him, it's not like, yeah, take that, motherfucker.
I was
Yeah,
actually-
it's not that.
I was
Yeah.
waiting for a one-liner or something before he
Right.
pulled, because the camera was focused on Stallone's face and then the other guy's face, and went back to Stallone's, and then like it shows like the gun firing. I was just waiting for Stallone to say something before he pulled the trigger, because there was
That's
enough
Arnold.
time for
That's
him
what
to.
Arnold does.
Yeah, seriously.
Stallone was the only thing Stallone said that was kind of funny is pulling that guy and reading him his Miranda rights at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
That was about it. Everything else, he was very serious throughout the whole movie.
True story.
And as stupid as this movie is, and it's very stupid, like none of it really makes sense. Like the terrorist Wolfgar, his aim? He's going, he's trying to make a name for himself so he can go back and commit terrorist crimes by now
he's trying to
everyone
impress.
recognizing him.
Yeah, he's also trying to impress somebody and get back into like funding with an unknown.
Right, but now
boss guy.
he's
We've never seen him.
now he's known worldwide. He's on he's on worldwide television.
But that's why he got plastic surgery. Got his
But
beard
he's
removed.
going to get it again?
He'll
I shave
turn
my-
into a real woman, borrow from what Stallone does, and gets the old snip snip, and it becomes the first international tranny terrorist.
Well, if me or Jay shave our beards, that's not plastic surgery.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
I
that's the
shaved.
point I was trying to make.
Yeah,
It's
so
hilarious. That's all he did.
doesn't really make sense. And if he lost all his support and all he's got is Lieutenant Ilea running around getting them guns and stuff, yeah, them and the shopkeeper did all of
Yeah,
that
that
on their
random
own.
shopkeeper. Yeah,
The random
it
shopkeeper
like alludes
who
to like
is,
Middle Eastern terrorism or something, because
Yeah.
that shopkeeper and then her, but you never find out.
And then the whole scene, my favorite scene in the movie, obviously, is in the disco, just with the music cues and the star. But I love when Sylvester Stallone says, because that is standing right there. And, but then
Yeah.
I'm saying, why didn't they go up to him and arrest him? Why
True.
did
Why
they
didn't-
stand staring at him for 5
For a
minutes?
while.
Why?
That's a good
Why did they brought in the bouncer
Yeah.
right?
Why didn't they have him look at the dude? 'Cause
Yeah.
he said she was with the blonde guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good
They
point.
should have went back, grabbed the bouncers, like, "Hey, I'm pretty sure that's the guy. We're gonna go
check
swarm
him
him
out."
and just take him down." And then,
Yeah.
if,
How do
like,
you
they
know it's
could have,
him? How
yeah.
do you know it's him? He has those eyes.
So I can't
Wait,
do
can't
it
do it.
myself.
Just a second. Hold on.
Because he was well dressed too. He was like more well dressed than most of the guys in there. He looked like a European the way he was dressing too. He had like the scarf and like the overcoat. They did touch on that a bit.
Yeah.
But
And the
yeah,
great
that was a
dance.
stretch of a scene, but I
Yeah.
did like the scene because it makes sense with like why is he like, doodling his face and like adjusting it, and he's just staring at the eyes, and the eyes gave it away. Because he has very unique eyes, Rutger Hauer. Like he has those like kind of sunken,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like piercing eyes a bit.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. And of course the ending, which is the first time you see it, is like a shocker. Like, damn, that was
I dug it.
Stallone. Now you can see it's Stallone. It's when, what's walking around that
6'3",
robe
250.
is way too big to be skinny Lindsay Wagner.
Right. Plus,
Yeah.
Lindsay Wagner does not have man hands.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, Lindsay Wagner could have handled herself because she's bionic and shit. So she could have taken that guy out
Well, she was
in slow motion.
she was super nice in the interview. That's all I got to say about
Yes,
Lindsay
she
Wagner.
she was nice, especially when you started talking about sleep number beds.
Right?
She used to do commercials for sleep number beds.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, why would you ask her about her bed?
I would always ask like shit.
You have to, man. Those are the best conversations you could have with celebrities. Every time I meet
Yeah.
one, I ask them just outlandish questions just to get a reaction out of them. Because if I get one out of them, they're going to talk to me.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the scene also in the movie where her boss is like, I think you should take these potential clients out and escort them to dinner. Like he said, escort. I
Yeah.
was like,
Don't
very,
eat. Just escort him.
just escort them out to dinner tonight.
That's funny. All right, Carl, what'd you think? You just watched it.
Yeah, you just watched.
Did. Very fresh. I dug it. It's old school, which I like. I was trying to think, besides the obvious Star Wars, where I've ever seen Billy D. Williams do anything else.
That's a good question.
It's gotta be. But anyway, it was nice to hear him cussing a bunch. That was cool. Never heard that. I really liked the music, the soundtrack. It was awesome.
Well, in that disco scene when he's staring down
Brown
Wolfgar,
Sugar.
that
Brown Sugar.
Yeah, the music cues were perfect.
Yeah, I mean the soundtrack itself. The soundtrack. Those are music.
No, I'm not
those
talking
are
about
music
Brown
drops.
Sugar. I'm talking about the music cues when he's staring them down.
Mm-hmm.
That-
Love the music.
and,
What song was it? Was it the same song?
I don't know if it was a song. I think it was part of the soundtrack at that
Mhm.
point.
Oh.
Peter Gabriel in
remember.
Your Eyes. I think they were playing.
I do love it when like the right song hits the right scene. Crescendos.
That would be the perfect scene for a shoot.
He's holding up the ghetto blaster.
That poor guy
playing?
dancing there and gets shot in the back, dead in the back.
know.
Sylvester Stallone jumps out of the way of a bullet.
I just wanted to dance it out tonight.
So it was really fun. I mean, I also liked Old New York. There was some good action, good chasing. The subway was really cool.
Yeah. That was tense.
It's funny because
Dug it.
like you guys say like old New York was cool. Unless you were there,
Yeah.
it was a
It
shithole.
wasn't
I would say the
cool.
vibe.
It wasn't cool if you lived there.
It was definitely not.
There's like
I like
pornos
seeing it.
everywhere and
Oh my god, yeah. It was
adult
Yeah.
theaters,
yeah.
dirty, it's
The
grimy.
runway off of 48th and or 51st and Broadway.
Oh, I just read what ATTACK stands for. I was trying to figure it out while watching the movie again. It stands for Anti-Terrorist Action Command.
Cool.
Okay.
I could not get the AC portion of it.
When they
I was going anti-terrorism, anti-crime.
when the English dude gets shot on the escalator,
Yeah.
was so. I saw that coming a mile
Oh,
away. 'Cause
yeah.
They're talking
Oh
about,
yeah.
they're talking about going to dinner. Who's
Yep.
buying?
Yeah, like all of a sudden they're
he's-
like buddies.
Yeah, and then
He's dead. That guy's dead.
What did the German dude say before he killed somebody? Like, I hope you're better in your next life or something like that.
he says
He'll-
you go to a better life.
Oh, you go to a
Oh
better
yeah,
life.
you're gonna go to a better
Yeah,
life. They had
that's
like no remorse.
yeah, that's what he tells the stewardess too.
Yep, he sure does. They don't show him murking her, but he whispers it to her as he's going off camera.
But I thought that was a clever idea. Like date stewardesses because you're gone half the time. And you get their trust, stay in their apartment, and you have a home base. I thought that was pretty clever.
And I like the fact that when Stallone went up in the tram, Roosevelt Island tram, and Wolfgar's needling him and telling him to say things that the police are cowards and blah blah blah. He just does it. Like he doesn't mouth off to him. He doesn't say anything like, "Oh, you'll get yours." He's there to do the job, which is get that kid safely
And it just
down.
stares him down.
He had the last laugh though.
Yep.
Go Richie. I'm cool.
Well, let's see. When I watched this movie, I've believe it or not, I have seen this more than once. Like when I was younger, it was on. Like I've seen it a lot. When I watched it, I was like, Jesus Christ, for this, like I've seen this movie more than I should.
That's true.
It was one of those. And I don't hate it, but watching it again, I was bored. Only because like
You've seen it so much, right?
right, I saw it, and it's not one of these movies that was just like, it didn't like suck you in. It was another cop suspense movie that came out, but we liked it because Sylvester Stallone was in it. It was like that. So when I was watching it this time, and I was just like, all right, I get it. Let's watch something else. Like I couldn't wait until it was over.
Yeah.
So this time around, I wasn't like, when I was younger and digging it. So it was, again, not a terrible movie. Just after, being, years and years of seeing it a couple times, you're just like, all right, if it's on TNT, I'll probably watch it, but I won't seek it out.
I get that.
I thought, the acting wasn't terrible. There wasn't so many over the top, are you fucking kidding me moments.
Yeah.
You know what I
It
mean?
really wasn't.
Right. So it was well done in that aspect of it. But, after a while, you're just sitting there and you're just like, I get it, dude. Like it's suspenseful. Let's wrap it up. Shoot him so we can go.
Dress up and drag and shoot
Yeah.
him.
Shoot him so we can
Get
go.
him hook.
Yeah. Because the first time I saw it when he shot him, I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's good switcheroo, I think, for the
Yeah.
time back then. I mean, you could see it telegraphing leading up to it,
Right.
because it kind of extended the scenes. But if it was a little bit quicker and shorter
Right.
scenes,
So
it may not have been.
Well,
not have seen
fucking
it.
from now on, any type of movie like this, I'm just gonna fucking watch it with Ray because this motherfucker gets excited.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
I want to see it. I want to see it again, like for the first time.
Yeah, there's some pretty stellar Stallone moments, man. When he was like, "You're fucking dead. You're fucking dead." And I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
he's pissed." And then
Yeah.
like the switcheroo at the end, and then him like staring him down when he goes to get the baby, and he's in the helicopter. That was a cool scene too. Like that helicopter was super duper close to that tram
Yeah,
car.
Yeah.
Like that was a cool scene.
like you fucking talk about it with fucking excitement and passion, dude.
It was in the
Good
news.
for you, brother.
It was in the news when they were filming that scene.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
they were talking about the Sylvester Stallone movie where they're using the Roosevelt Island tram, and a whole bunch of people were like pissed off because
Yeah, it's New
they
York.
couldn't go home.
Yeah.
They had to take a ferry.
Right. See, that's the one thing I loved about New York. Like when shit happened, people are like, you would think that, oh man, this is exciting. They're like, am I in the fucking movie? I'm trying to go home. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Get out of my way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
I
awesome. I love
remember
New Yorkers.
when I was driving a car on what movie was that? Oh, the John and Yoko TV
Oh, that's
movie.
right. TV movie.
I'm sitting in the car parked on the street, and I see someone coming down to the Dakota where John Lennon lived, and they were filming in front of it. And he gets stopped, and then he's talking to the security guard for a while, and I realize it's fucking John Madden. And he's talking to the security guard. They're all laughing it up and stuff. And then finally, because he lived there, he had an apartment in that building.
That's bought it.
Yeah, that was my sort of close encounter,
right,
with the celebrity.
But you see, yeah, like New York, like you would think people are all excited. They're just pissed. Like true story. True story. When a jumper guy was on the George Washington Bridge, like in the probably mid 90s, something like that, and it was rush hour traffic in the morning. He was on the George Washington Bridge, called Howard Stern show. And Howard was trying to, talk him off the bridge, and it was serious. Like, this is really what happened. And Howard had to keep saying, "Please, my fans, stop telling them to jump," because all you heard when he was talking is, "Fucking jump already! I'm trying to go to work." And Howard's like, "Guys, seriously, I'm trying to talk him down."
So New York, man, you gotta love New Yorkers.
Yeah, that really happened. Howard was just like, "Oh my God, guys, please."
So what you're telling me in Spider-Man 2, when the New Yorkers have Spider-Man's back, that's not accurate?
No, that is not accurate. No. Spider-Man's
take him off and get him the fuck out of here.
Right,
go. Fuck. Okay. We gotta go.
Okay, I'll have to. I have to dispute that. The New Yorkers would certainly help and support Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
yeah.
Today, if they had cell phones, they take a picture and his identity be gone.
He's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
It would just record the fight and not intervene.
He just saved their lives, for God's sake. He endangered their lives earlier.
I was going to say, saved.
He was the cause of the danger. But he did save their lives.
Yeah. After almost killing them.
He's just a kid. That's why.
Right. But anyway, Nighthawks. It was fine. It's just one of those movies that I just, would I rewatch it again? Sure, not on purpose. I mean, if it was around, I wouldn't turn it off. But I wouldn't be like, it's Saturday, nothing going on. Nighthawks.
You'd be pretty bored.
Yeah, I mean, when you have fucking movies like The Goonies on a Saturday, I'm not watching Nighthawks. Always gonna go Goonies.
Glad I watched it. I thought it was good.
This movie got, out of 24 reviews listed, 71% positive. There were many that were supportive, and then a few not supportive, and the few that are not supportive weren't that bad. This was one of the good ones. This movie is one of those movies that are underrated and a fun movie to watch. I agree.
Yeah, movie got straight to the point, which I love.
Yeah.
I love it when movies do that.
Yeah.
I agree.
And fleshed out bad guy. Like, I like that.
And
he was
then
vain.
There was this one, a dynamic action film whose expertise is never in question, but which fails to touch a nerve in the viewer. The other one, Nighthawks, an aggressively shallow police thriller pitting New York undercover cops against international terrorists. And then this one I like. A terrorist hijacking a cable car, even in New York, is a mildly ludicrous idea. Were there no 747s handy? Because the plot of Nighthawks makes no sense.
Doesn't have to.
And it's true, it doesn't. But I still enjoy it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I saw it again. And I said, yeah, I know. I understand why I like this movie. And I would watch it again.
Does that cable car still exist?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
I mean, I've been to New York 4 or 5 times, and
Did you go to Roosevelt Island?
No.
Well, this it's not a long thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long it is. What, a mile?
If that,
probably less than a mile.
Yeah.
It's just they built that so that it relieved a lot of the ferry traffic.
Okay.
And it got you there faster. There was no
never been out there.
Say now you got something to look forward to, Carl.
Really, it's not like a tourist area, If you're going to visit New York, you're not going to go to Roosevelt Island.
Hey, you guys going to Roosevelt Island? What the fuck for? What?
What do I work there?
No, why would we go there?
Yeah. So anyway, mildly plays, but it's not. I think that's certified rotten, isn't it? If it's 71%, isn't it like under like
It's
70?
over 60, I think now.
Oh, over 60 now is
I think it's over
certified
60.
fresh.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what Rotten Tomatoes thinks.
No, I only
Rotten Tomatoes does not think anything. Once again,
Metacritic.
they don't write these reviews.
Doesn't
All
matter.
Aggregate.
They just aggregate reviews from the media.
Well, they can aggregate all they want. They're assholes. I'm not listening to them.
They're not asking you to listen to them either.
Don't tell me what's fresh or not. I'll tell myself what's fresh.
Yeah,
I hate
you tell him,
tomatoes.
Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Take time.
Richie thought this movie was funky fresh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The music was kind of funky.
Mhm.
So,
No,
Carl, I do. Speaking on Billy Dee Williams, he did do a very long run of malt liquor commercials.
Yes, he did. Colt
Just saying.
45
He's also in Batman.
Colt 45 malt liquor. It is the power.
Man,
Ladies' man.
He's so smooth. I would buy malt liquor if Billy Dee Williams tried pushing it on me. That
Why
dude is
not?
just,
Oh, yeah.
he's so smooth, man. He has like such a smooth voice.
Next time you're on
Yes.
YouTube,
Mhm.
pop up Billy Dee Williams,
Yeah.
Colt 45, and watch a few of them.
That is fucking funny.
True,
Like,
man.
listen,
He's so
listen, I'd
smooth.
buy some Colt 45. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Billy D was slinging it my way. I'm like, all right, I believe you, man.
He was the coolest back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, he was cool.
That's fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, and this movie was fresh after Rocky 2. This was his first movie after that.
That's where it fell.
Yeah, because between Rocky 1 and Rocky 2, there were some forgettables in there for Sylvester Stallone. There was, what the hell was it, Paradise Alley? Something like that.
When did he do Rhinestone Cowboy?
Oh, that was later with Dolly Parton. Oh, my God.
Rotten Tomato.
Oh, my God, is that movie bad?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of movies, what are we doing next week?
Oh, I already have it loaded.
What is it?
We can't tell until we ended the show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's end the show then.
Let's
Yeah.
ended the show.
Well, that closes the books on Nighthawks.
Nighthawks.
I guess it was, well, Carl, would you watch it again? I didn't quite hear that.
I rented it on Amazon.
No, but I'm saying if it was on, would you watch it? Or would you go to someone
Oh.
else?
If the mood was made out of spare ribs, would you eat it?
Yeah, it's simple
Just say
question.
yes and we'll move on.
Oh, but so delicious.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's not that hard of a question,
passed.
doctor. Would you watch it again or not?
If a couple years pass and I don't have to actually pay to rent it.
That's a no. Carl, that's a no. If they gotta put that many qualifiers on it,
Right?
well, maybe if there was nothing else on and I only had power to watch one movie and I had no
End of
other
the
movies
world.
and I was on a desert island, I would watch that
And
movie.
Mars was in retrograde,
Yeah.
then maybe.
So then
watch it
it
again.
was almost unanimous that we would watch it again.
There you go. Like I said, I'd watch it, but I wouldn't be like, it's Nighthawks time.
And it's a movie you can probably watch like the second half.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But again, if it's on when Ray's in the house, we're fucking definitely watch it because that cat fucking he makes me smile when he talks about this shit.
Well, then we'll have to do Judge Dredd then.
Oof.
Oh, I've seen that movie
Oh,
so many
boy.
times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
too bad.
God, terrible.
The Carl Urban one is 1,000 times better.
Oh, the Carl
so
Urban
good.
one I
Dredd.
liked.
is
Dread's
beautiful.
awesome.
We
Yeah,
reviewed
that's-
it.
Doesn't take his helmet off.
Hmm
That's what it should
That's
be.
a badass movie.
That is a badass movie.
What was that movie?
Dread.
Dredd.
Dread.
The one with Carl. Urban.
Remember, he goes in that building and they got that drug that makes time slow down for you.
Yeah.
And they're gonna like torture those two guys, but they
Slow-
give them the drug first.
Slow mo.
Oh,
Slow-mo.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Cersei Lannister's in it.
It's
Yeah.
great, Rich.
Mama.
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah,
dude,
he has to.
it's like
he
over the
got,
top
it's
violent.
kind of like
awesome.
the raid. He has to go and fight his
Yeah.
way through the building.
Okay.
That's a good comparison.
Fair enough.
Love it.
All right.
All right.
Nighthawks.
Well,
If you want to send us an email, where are they going to send that, Jim?
I think that's flippity flap floop floop at gmail.com. No, that's
Something like that.
flashback faceoff at gmail.com. Flashback faceoff at gmail.com.
One day I'm going to say it correct. Not
Maybe.
next week, but one day.
One day. And if you want to go and visit the website, maybe visit some of our other shows that we've recorded, it's damshow.co, DAMSHOW.co.
Damshow.co.
Not .com.
.co.
All right, fellas, what's up next?
That's it. That's the show.
That's the show.
All right. I'm Richie.
No, I thought you had a movie loaded. Aren't we going to
No.
preview the movie for people?
No.
We gotta
Why
tell
would we
them what we're gonna watch next week.
Why would we tell them that we're going to do Rad next week?
We're not doing Rad, dude. No, they don't deserve that. We got to
Yeah,
give
it's
them a
not
better
good.
movie than Rad for the next one.
There's a lot of movies we didn't deserve. Let's be real.
Rad is
Oh,
loaded.
wait. Jazzy, let me rephrase that. We don't deserve
Okay,
it.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again.
got it.
Rad. It is loaded.
Rad.
Doesn't mean
Yep.
you have to watch it.
It's a movie about BMX biking.
Oh, from
The
1986.
best movie about BMX biking.
How many? Were there 3?
Yeah.
There was a dance
Starring
scene
Ralphie.
with Lori Loughlin and Crew Jones.
Oh, don't spoil it, Richie.
All right,
Should've
gents.
got that one.
All right.
I'm out.
See you, dude.
Talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Later.